sure. Working fine. Just there, right. We'll get this started. We'll get a bit of Timal in a second. Right. I think Discord can hear me. So yeah, let's get into this. I'm just gonna turn down the audio in the comments because I'll see the comments on my phone. Hello, Timal. Are you there?
Hello, yeah.
Grant, how are you? Even though I definitely wasn't talking to you about 30 seconds ago.
It's gotten really bad now for some reason.
Fuck's sake. Now?
Like, at least I can hear you loudly, now I can't.
Fuck's sake, lads. What the fuck's happening here? One second, I'm going to mute my computer. Right, sorry about that, stream. But Timal, this kind of a preview as well, if you get me.
It's been a long time since this, I think. It's been a long time since I've done anything before the last season, I think. I think my last watch long was probably Sheffield and Marshall with the hat-trick, if I remember right.
I think it could have been, but maybe a bit later than that, I'm not sure.
Maybe it was before that, before that. But it was definitely last season, at least, anyway, you know?
Yeah, right, I'll catch up with you. What are your opinions in total on this season, like, in a whole?
I personally think, right, we should just stay in the top four, but focus on winning trophies. We have two trophies we can win: the FA Cup and the Europa League. Let's try to go first and get a double, in my opinion, because it's not like we're going to win the season. Let's be honest, like we're the title, I should say. You know?
Yeah, no, I think I didn't think we were going to win the title anyways, and the reason is because these centre backs are causing us a lot of. It's not necessary.
Are you there? You went really low and then you went really normal back, like, you know.
Right, that's a bit weird. Fine now, yeah?
You're fine now, yeah.
It's just because I think it's going actually through my phone speaker. It just has to be near the other speaker. It's weird like this now. But I think, how would I put it? I think we weren't going to win the title with this defence really anyways. Wan-Bissaka is really inconsistent. Maguire's really slow. Like, you don't realise how slow Maguire is until he's next to, like, it's fine and all that when he's next to when he's next to Bailly or...
Oh, yeah.
But he's really slow.
I think you got a quick centre-back beside Maguire and you're fine. I don't think Maguire is the problem in this defence. No, I think it's Lindelof.
Yeah.
Because they can't against each other. They're both too... Lindelof's not fast, but he's not fast enough... Or sorry, he's not slow, but he's not fast enough for Maguire, if that makes sense. You know? Or when you see Bailly, the minute he plays with Bailly, he's getting nominated for Player of the Month in our own team thing. So it just shows that he's much better, Maguire, beside a fast centre-back. So we need to get a centre-back in the summer, I think.
That's a good synopsis of it. And I think the problem with Lindelof is I've been watching a lot of like goals lately that we've been conceding, and what happens is is it puts Maguire. It's not that I think Maguire is the best centre back you could have got. But in my opinion, I thought everyone thought he would have been decent value for his money, which I thought he was. Right, I would have went for maybe a different option at the time, but I wasn't complaining. And you have to remember, I'm seeing this thing where Maguire keeps his line, and then the fullbacks have to want to push out, aka Luke Shaw. And we see an example of Wan-Bissaka tucking in, but what happens is Lindelof pushes up a bit. Like, let's just say they're on the edge of the 6-yard box. Lindelof would kind of go in between, like a little step ahead of them. So what would happen? The cross comes in, Lindelof goes up, Lindelof like tries to contend for the ball, like he's just standing there, you get me?
Yeah, especially we saw it with the equaliser in the Everton game, the third goal, that silly thing that happened, you know, that the team, I don't think there's any communication between the whole squad when we're on set pieces, right? Because you see it, like, there's no, like, Maguire's not taking control. He should be taking control because he's the captain. He should be saying, right, I'm making this ball mine, okay? I'm the captain, I'm the leader. You get me?
Yeah. See, and I think there's kind of like, how to put it, I don't get why the jury's out on Harry. Yeah, Harry and Hea. I think Harry has made it. He's done a lot. He's done a bit wrong, yeah. But I noticed that no one in on Lindelof. I don't know why. Everyone thinks Lindelof's our best centre back, and I don't see it. Lindelof, he's not aerially good. He's not what's it called? He's not even the best slide tackler. He's not even the best. Do you know what I mean?
That's what I mean. And Jose knows that as well. He wanted Maguire, and he asked for him as well. Because
he had Boy as well.
When we signed him, we wanted Maguire because he's a good centre back. Because we had no aerial ability at the back, you know.
Yeah, and thing is about our defence, we have to remember is that, like, how do I put it? Lindelof. Name one thing Lindelof is the best at in our squad as a defender, a centre half. Name one thing he's the best at compared to our other centre halves.
To be honest, it's probably... See, it's hard to know because on their day, everyone is amazing, you know? You like... I don't know, to be honest.
See, that's my point, Like, if you have to justify Lindelof being in there, what is his best trait? What does he add that other players don't add? I don't think he has much that he adds to, like, comprehend leaving Boy out.
I think he'd be good enough for a squad player, right? He's not good enough for a title-winning side, you know? Because he, as you were saying, no, he doesn't offer us anything. Nothing. Like, he doesn't offer anything going forward. At least Maguire, as we saw with the West Brom goal this Sunday.
Yeah.
You know, we could see he was bringing up, giving it to Shaw, and that's great. But with Lindelof, he can do it. There's nothing he brings. He doesn't bring the pace either. His aerial ability is terrible, as we know.
Yeah.
So he doesn't. There's nothing he brings to the team that you know.
One sec. My bad. I went on the Siri by an accident. I pressed the home button by an accident. There for 2 seconds.
No, you're fine. But you're fine now.
Musa says in the chat. There's just a few people in the chat, and Musa says the defence is letting down Bruno and the attack because Bruno has got us back in games like West Brom. I don't think you should have that much pressure to outscore a team. Football's about doing as much. Football's about winning a match. It's not about outscoring the other team. With the way we play at the moment, we have to outscore the other team. It's not about, right, let's sit comfortably, get this win. Right? What we saw against Everton. Everton score. We have to score. We score. Like, no, they score twice. We're 2-0 up. They score twice. Then we've just outscored them again because of our leaky defence. And De Gea was at fault for that first goal, But I just don't understand why our fans have a fucking an agenda against De Gea. Because if De Gea wasn't at this club for the last 6 years, we wouldn't even have Bruno or anything like that because we wouldn't be able to afford them.
He's doing two things here. The first goal, I think, was his fault because I don't know what he's passing it out with the play. Like, he should have brought that into himself, cause.
Yeah.
But the first thing is, we'd be nowhere without De Gea. We'd be mid-table, a bit like Arsenal. We wouldn't be doing anything for the last 5 years before Bruno came in. We wouldn't. He's the only thing that makes us relative, In my thing.
Don't find a reason. Like, the thing about the defence at the moment is, I think Ollie deserves to the end of the season minimum, much like many other people. I think he'd get top 4, and everyone was complaining. I'm just saying, we have to remember that at the start of the season, we all were not nowhere near anything. We're lucky to get top 4. But all of a sudden, people are like, Ollie out! Get him out of this club! Why is he not even in a title race anymore? But
the thing is, right, no matter what manager you bring in, nothing will change. As much as everyone wants to believe we'll win the title with this manager, we'll win the Champions League with this manager, we won't. We honestly won't, because of the people upstairs, aka the Glazers and Ed and everything, until they're gone, no matter how much managers will change. So eventually we're going to have to stick with a manager.
Yeah, exactly, you're right. Right, I might get you on at the end if we have time and all that, but I'm going to have to get the other lads on. But, look, mate, chat to you later, chat to you in a bit, and I'll talk to you about that watch along if you're interested. Mate, 1 sec. Just dropping down.
Yeah.
Oh, that lagged out there. Alright. But yeah, thanks, what's it called, Timal there, for the call. We got the next caller, which is Emmanuel. Hello, hello, hello.
Hello?
Yo, how are you?
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, hello?
Yeah, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Grand. Just want to ask you straight in. I asked Timmel this as well. Name one no other centre half at our club has.
Okay, so name ability that...
So, like, for an example, Harry Maguire has heading, or, like, can bring the ball from the back or something like that, yeah? What does Lindelof have that he's the best at the club?
Nothing.
That's my point, right? I don't know why Ollie starts Lindelof.
He's useless, like for me. I don't even know. I don't know why we're talking Lindelof. He's a top 4 centre back. He's not a Premier League centre. He's not a United centre back. He's an Everton centre back. He'll do good. He'll do good for an Everton. He'll do good for a West Ham centre back. You do good for West Ham. You do good for Spurs, but he's not a United centre back. He's just not. He's a top 4 centre back. If you want to get top 4, okay, then use him. But if we want to get to back to title, there's no point in using Lindelof.
Yeah, I get you, mate.
Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you, mate. It's just I don't know. There's comments popping up on my stream, but they're not popping up on like the chat when I go to check my phone. So I'm just gonna try sort that out. But I get what you mean. I think Lindelof, if you want to be a top 4. Yeah, that's weird. Oh no, it's just like multiply messages for no reason, multiple times on the thing. That's weird. But like I get what you mean. I think if you want to be a top 4 team, challenging for Europa League, Lindelof would be perfect for you. He'd probably be Arsenal's best centre back.
We're much United. Nah, we don't want to be fighting for top 4. We want to be challenging for titles. So Lindelof is no good. We should. I think we should sell. I think either use Lindelof as a backup centre back for me, or you use him as backup centre back, or if you want to be a first teamer, then I'm sorry, you gotta leave United. Leave United.
I think the thing about Lindelof is he'd be Arsenal's best centre back.
Exactly, yeah. You'd be perfect for Arsenal. You do well. You'd be Arsenal's best centre back.
Yeah.
I mean, bloody hell, who did he have in defence? Fucking
Gabriel, he's been pretty shocking since he came back from COVID. David Luiz, most inconsistent centre half in the league, debatably.
What'd you say?
I said David Luiz is probably the most inconsistent centre half in the league. Who else have they got? Rob Holding.
Yeah, they got this William guy, but apparently Arteta's not using him, so
he went on loan.
And they got this Pablo guy. I don't know where. They got this Pablo guy.
Saliba went out on loan.
He's out injured.
Saliba went out on loan, so they can't use him.
What?
Saliba went out on loan.
Yeah. I think he went on loan. I'm not sure.
He did to Nice.
You have Rob Holt and David Luiz as the centre backs.
Well, what do you think is going to happen for this match on Thursday, Europa League?
For me, I'm just going to be honest. To me, I can't give a shit about the Europa League. To be honest, for me, I think we should just focus on the Premier League. To be honest, because for me, there's no point of wasting our time when we're not going to win the Europa League anyway. Like we bought all 4 semi-finals. We bought the Europa League last year. We bought the FA, the Carabao Cup, and yeah. So now we're only down to the FA Cup. So for me, just we need to prioritize the Premier League. And I know the title's gone. We're not winning the league, but we need to focus on getting tougher. We don't need to focus on getting Europa League because we're not going to win the Europa League anyway. So there's no point on wasting time on the Europa League when we're not going to win it. Because the thing is with Ollie, he's quite stubborn. The thing is with Ollie, he wants to go at everything. He wants to go at everything. You see, Klopp, if he has to go for the Premier League or the FA Cup, he'll go for the Premier League. He wouldn't care about the FA Cup. But if you look at Pep could do it because he's a good coach. So he has no problem. But United, Ollie, he doesn't even trust his bench. So Ollie, he won't even use his bench. So what's the point? For me, I just feel like we should play a team for the Europa League. On Thursday, we should play Henderson in goal, Brian Twanjeb, play Wan-Bissaka, then you play Matip and Van der Beek, then Mata attacking midfielder, then you play Rashford.
I think that's way too weakened. I think that's way too weakened, in my opinion.
And then so then resting Fred McTominay, you're resting Tellers, you're resting De Gea, and you're resting Cavani.
Musa says, good shout for centre back is Skriniar. He's quite fast and he plays for Inter Milan. Skriniar's he's same head and ability as Harry Maguire. He's probably a bit worse at it, to be fair. He reminds me very much of Lindelof though. Skriniar does, to be fair.
Maguire?
No, Skriniar. The Inter Milan centre back.
Oh yeah, Skriniar. Nah, for me I think he kind of reminds me of Lindelof. You know, he's quite similar to Lindelof. He's strong. In the air, he's dominant in the back. With me, he's similar to Lindelof in terms of pace. Nah, Maguire and Skriniar just would have worked. Although as much as under Mourinho, I would have took Skriniar, yeah.
Because he
doesn't fit for what we need. We need a quick centre back, and he's not. Milan Skriniar, we don't need another Lindelof or another Maguire. What we need is someone who's better than the both of them. That's what we need. Someone that's going to come in. So someone that's better than Maguire and Lindelof. Someone that's a top quality centre back like Kunde that's going to come in and be better than Maguire and Lindelof.
Yeah.
That's what we need. Like we don't need B-Tech like Ben White, like no, like I do not, like I'll tell you what, if we get Ben White, if we get Ben White, or even worse, if you get Tyrone Mings for Aston Villa, no. If you get Tyrone Mings,
he's good for Aston Villa, but as soon as he goes to United, he'll get exposed in European football.
You see?
I said Mings is good for Villa, but as soon as he goes to United, he'll get exposed.
Yeah, you get exposed. Exactly. Yeah. He would do good for you do good for like a Newcastle, but he ain't a top four. He ain't timing's not a top four thing about. For me, Ben White, I don't really know about Ben White, but for me, I don't think Ben White will be. I don't think Ben White is good enough.
I think all the signings we've done, all the signings.
Okay, for me, I think he'll do well for Liverpool and Man City because Liverpool, right? Because Liverpool, Jurgen Klopp and Pep are good coaches. They will know how to manage him, and also he's going to be beside Van Dijk, so they can coach him into being a good centre back. City Ruben Diaz, Aki, and Safra, and Pep's a good coach. But Oli, as much as he doesn't know how to coach players. He doesn't know how to coach players, and you know he's beside Maguire. So Maguire, even though the captain, he's not a good captain. So for me, we need a top class centre back, someone that's going to come in straight away into the team. We don't need a Ben White or Badiashile, although I'll be happy with the Badiashile though. But I worry if you get a Badiashile or Oli, he'll be playing him on the bench. He'll be on the bench, and So for me, we need a top class centre back that's going to come in straight away.
See, the worrying thing is, right? I don't think we're not getting up with Kano. We know that he's already agreed to go to Bayern Munich. What's it called? We're not getting Alaba. Koundé, are they really going to splash our 8 million on another centre back? I doubt that highly with this club. So who's really out there that fits our system that we could get? Badiashile. The problem with Badiashile is it's not that he's inexperienced. It's he's 19 years of age. We need someone that can come in and do a job straight away. Not that we have to baby them on the job.
Exactly. Badiashile's 19. He's too young. We need. This is not okay. Badiashile, right? He's going to come in and what? He's going to look up to Maguire. Like, nah. We need someone
that Maguire looks up to.
Look up to Maguire. We need someone that Maguire can look up to. That's what we need. For me, I'll be looking. I want to be getting one. I'll be looking at 2 centre backs. I'll be looking at like, let's say for me, right? If I was to get 2 centre backs, for me, right, Ramos is free in the summer. So for me, I'd be on the phone to Ramos and trying to get a deal with Ramos. For me, I'll get Ramos, even though he's 35. Yes, I know concerns injuries, but look what happened with Cavani. Look what happened with Funny. Yes, I know his injury record is bad, and yes, I know he already has an injury, but his fitness record is very good. It's very, very good right now. He's doing well right now, and look at it, and I'll give it. You can say, he's our best signing of the summer, even though it was stupidly desperate from our club. But yeah, for me, we need more leaders in that team. We have Maguire as our captain. Maguire is a captain. When Bruno, we have Bruno Fernandes, we have Cavani, we have De Gea, good captains. And you've got to remember, De Gea was the captain last season. De Gea, he was the captain. Well, he got the captain taken off him because he said something about United, or saying that we're not good enough. He got the captain taken off him. I don't understand much logic. Maguire, see, for me, right, Ollie, thing is I don't like is he has his favourites. For me, okay, favourites, right? It's okay to have favourites, but if it's the wrong player to have favourites, Maguire and Lindelof is the wrong. It's not Maguire, Lindelof. He had Fred, McTominay, Rashford as well. See, he has favourites. Like at some point, he's gonna have to make ruthless decisions. Like see, this is why we don't see, because we don't make ruthless decisions. Like Klopp at Liverpool and Pep and at City, they make ruthless decisions. Okay, yes, they have favourites, but if they have bad performance game after game after game, Pep, they will drop him. Mourinho will drop them as well. But Oli, he won't drop them. So like for me, he needs to start being ruthless. For me, and for me, Oli needs to wake up and see what the problem is. Because I'm sorry, but if he can't wake up, I I'm not Ollie out, but if you can't wake up and see what the problem is, then I'm sorry. Then why you coach of United?
One sec, is it? Hello? One sec. One sec, lads. Discord's been very buggy. Sorry about that, I lagged out. Hello? Yeah, I just got one last question for you, if that's alright.
Mm-hmm.
You can't
sign. I was saying for me, we need Ramos and then a young centre back. So for me, like for me, if you can get a Ramos, and then you can get a young centre back. Like let's say then you get like a better show. But if you're just getting better show, no, we can't do that. You can get a show, I'm not happy, but we're not gonna do that because that's too much money. Too much money. We're not gonna do that. So yeah. So I'll be looking to get 2 centre backs and a leader like Ramos. Get Ramos in the summer. Yeah, get Ramos for the summer, and then get a young centre back.
Right, mate. Thanks for coming on. I'm gonna have to get Mason on, and yeah. Hopefully, I'll see you on Thursday for the match reaction.
Yeah, see you. Yeah.
Alright, see you, mate.
Hopefully we win on Thursday.
Alright, see you, mate.
Thanks for having me on the show.
Alright. Yeah. I see your comments there, Musa. Yeah, Kanate. I don't think we could get Kanate because Upamecano is going to go, and 5 sometimes 7. Oh, that's not great. Alright, that's weird. I might just. I think the audio is normally fine. You can even go back and check. Might just be Emmanuel's mic, but that's fine. But yeah, Kanate. I don't think they'll sell both their centre backs. Leipzig, first team centre backs. Yeah, we'll get Mason in. We'll hop him in. Yo, hello.
Hot dog.
Right. How are you?
I'm kidding, it's Mason. Of course it's not going to be Mickey now.
Right. But straight in. I'm going to go straight in. Do you prioritise the Europa League? Do you do your best 11, or do you think that we should just go weak with this one?
Well, I already said this to Manuel. I think Henderson, Wan-Bissaka, because I've heard that Mikel, I think Wan-Bissaka, I don't think Williams will sit this game. I said Bailey and Maguire. I said him. Who else? CDM, Van der Beek and Matic, Bruno. Who? I was trying to think. Right mid.
I'd say it's Dark Greenwood for this game. He's going to be brimming with confidence.
Yeah, right mid Greenwood.
Left, I'd say. Would you rest?
Yeah, yeah, right mid. Oh shit, I'm gonna have to go. I'm so sorry. I'll be back in 5 minutes if that's all right.
Yeah, alright.
Family emergency. I'll be back.
Yeah, that's fine. Right, so we got 5 minutes to wait. Let me think, lads. But alright, I'm gonna have to top for people in chat, because this will go out as video as well. You can make one sign-in this summer, one big money sign-in, could be over 50 million, and between 80 million. Who would you buy? sorry that you heard the audio, lads. But personally, I would get Kounde. Not Kounde, sorry, Kounde. I just got Kounde in my head from the comment, lads. But I don't think we would be able to get. I don't think we are going to get Kounde. I'd love to get Ramos and Badashir for the future. See, what I would do is I would give Ramos a contract, a year contract. Same what we did Cavani, year contract with a year option to extend it, because anything, if he goes up, I think with the way he's played over his years, he's not going to have much left in him. And I think if you can get the most out of Ramos and what he has done for Real Madrid, I think you'll have probably the best centre-back in the league, to be honest, competing with Van Dijk. And Badashir, exactly, one for the future. I'd get him. I'd definitely get him. I'd hop him in the centre-back position with thing. And like that. See, the thing is, he can grow, because Badashir can grow them because he's with two experienced centre-backs, Maguire and Badashir, really. But yeah, pretty much. The second signing I'd get is I would actually, most importantly, I'd probably want Ndidi over Declan Rice. Wouldn't happen, but I think if we were to get one, we'd get Declan. But I would rather, to be honest, I would much rather Ndidi. I think Ndidi's kind of a more complete article type player, and we kind of needed the complete article now, where we know what levels they can achieve, and they're consistently achieving them. You know what I mean? But I think if you want a player for the future that will grow more, I say get Declan Rice. But I would prefer Ndidi still. I would very much prefer Ndidi. Very much prefer Ndidi. We'll get Mason back in. There we go.
Sorry about that.
Right, I was just talking about topic on the stream. Right, you could sign a centre back. You could do one signing between 50 and 80 million. Who'd you get for any position?
Well, how many signings? 3?
One.
How many? One signing.
50 to 80
million. To be honest, I'm gonna have to say. What's his name from Sevilla? I forgot his name. Kounde or Kona. I think it's Kounde, isn't it?
Yeah.
From Sevilla. I think personally we need that centre back. I think CDM. I think the midfield has worked better than the centre back, and I think the right one, as much as people want Sancho, I think Greenwood could do the job just, and I think Fred could be a good CDM, because I've seen the way he plays CDM, and I'm going to be honest, he's more as saying, and McTominay, I think it's a box-to-box play. We know about McTominay anyway, so I think personally I'd go for the centre back, because I think Bailey, as much as I like him, he's injury prone. We know that, so I feel like we need to get Kounde in. Work with Maguire. I know Maguire's played bad, but when we're guys with that pace of centre back, we've seen it with Bailey. He is a good centre back, so that's why I think we should buy a centre back. Yeah,
I would personally. People could debate with me all they want, yada yada. But I would personally, in the summer, if I had 150 million budget, I would get Kounde for 70 and Ndidi. And now people could say, you can add on even more budget with that if you wanted, because you could sell Pogba. I would personally let Pogba still go in the summer if we were to get CDM like Ndidi or Declan Rice. And people can hate me all they want, say, what our best player for the last few weeks. I get that, but you have to understand that Pogba wants to move on, and he'll move on eventually, right? And we got McTominay, who, I'm not saying McTominay's better than Pogba, he's not, but McTominay would be good box-to-box. We got Van de Beek, who's going to grow even more at the club, who's going to get more game time, hopefully. And if we have Fred and Ndidi as two CDMs / Declan Rice instead of Ndidi, that's a pretty good midfield, to be fair.
Yeah.
Go on.
Yeah, I personally think I would get Ndidi. Yeah, I would get Declan Rice. I would get Kounde, and I would get Sancho. I think those are the statistics players. And if we get those players in that transfer window,
I think people are going to...
I would say that's the best transfer window we've had probably since when Mahina first took the job.
Yeah, I think people are going out too much on a limb with Diallo. I think we have to understand that Cavani will be gone in 2 years, right? Less than that, right? Cavani will be gone. Then you move Greenwood to striker. You have your striker there with Martial rotating if Martial's still at club. You got Rashford left.
I don't know about Martial. I typically have 50-50 in Martial now, to be honest. I'm like not really confident. I don't really feel
and we have to understand, right, that
attitude. Like, I don't understand people are going to disagree. I'm not saying it's Martial. I know Martial had a great season last season, but I'm going to be honest. It's a new season. It's a new It's a new season. You've got to play the same. Yeah. Have to judge him on this season. Last season, he scored 20 goals. He played brilliantly well. But this attitude is just not fitting in. He's not been playing well. I think he's been a lot more. I know he makes those runs, but 50-50, he can make the runs. He can be those
we have to understand.
The fans, though, have got OTT, though, by being way over the top, by being racist to him and going on social media and going on his wife. That is not good to see, because we judge them footballers by their quality, not by their colour. So, on the terms right now, and also, people blame De Gea also. Do not blame De Gea for the West Brom. De Gea got West Brom, and Gary Neville and Jamie Carragher are telling me that David De Gea is not good. And, goalkeepers don't need centre-backs. What about Alisson? Come and tell me, Alisson needs a good centre-back. Damn right, because look when Alisson and Henderson, for example, too, look how bad they are without the centre-backs. They can see goals. So don't come at me and say, oh, David De Gea's the worst goalie. David De Gea's had you need to watch the games clean. David De Gea's had a much more better season than last season. Last season was a joke. It was a flop. I know that. We all know that. This season, we've seen a whole different side. Don't tell me, that Henderson's going to make a better job. Because Henderson, I've watched him play. He could do no different. Can't do the same. No one can. If you're Edison, Henderson or Lloris, none of these goalkeepers can do that job. It's the centre-backs who are making this defence worse. This is what I mean. Clearly people don't watch the game and listen to social media. You need to judge the game more. And that's why I want to get my point of opinion, because I get really annoyed when people blame De Gea or Twanzebe or Luke Shaw, for example. People were blaming Luke Shaw in that first half. Luke Shaw has had 5 assists. He's been playing constantly good since December. And you're telling me he was the worst player in that first half? Clearly watch the game, guys, if you blame Shaw thing, because I'm really getting annoyed with the fan base and them blaming the wrong players when you should be blaming those 2 clowns in the centre backs. So I'm going to point that in. I'm going to be honest, I've kept it in so long, which is really annoying me. Like, people have favouritism in this team. You have to judge people fairly. By favouritism, you have to judge them by the quality. I've seen people on United stand all over this United fan base. For example, I know people are going to say, Ricky when Martial has a bad game, Ricky doesn't blame Martial. Beth says Henderson whatever her name is, I forgot her name. Put Henderson in. It's like, what are you guys doing? Do you even watch? You don't give favouritism, and you don't blame the goalie because it's not the goalie's fault. And if it was the goalie's fault, I'd be like, the goalie didn't play the game. But I wouldn't drop him by one bad game. So I need to get that point of view and say this. Judge them fairly. Do not judge them by colour. Be fairly. Judge them by their quality. And if they are crap, if you talk about get rid of them and they're bad, and if you talk about like Maguire or Lindelof, I would say, maybe get rid of one of them. But not. Okay. That's my opinion, to be honest.
Good speech.
Very long opinion.
Good speech, yeah. I didn't want to blip in there, to be fair. thought I'd ruin it. You're on your rhythm. No, I just don't understand the fan base's De Gea, what's it called? De Gea agenda. It's almost like they have an obsession with hating on De Gea. Yeah, I was saying it to Timal even. Like, if De Gea wasn't here for the last 6 years, we probably wouldn't even be able to afford Bruno or Pogba because we wouldn't have got fucking European football half the time.
Yeah, exactly. I just feel like blaming De Gea is stupid.
Scapegoating. Because what people think is, oh, Ollie favours Maguire and Lindelof, so that means that Maguire is good. If you put Dean Henderson in goals and he's a bad run of games, all these people are going to go, De Gea, go back in goals, please. What happens then? What happens then if Dean Henderson goes in goals for a couple of games, goes on a bad run, and then De Gea because he's been dropped? What happens then? Oh, you just fucked up your goalkeeper situation.
Well, it's not just that. It's not just Henderson too. I think it's Romero. But look, I like Romero. He's a backup player. I think he's good for. He was good. He could be good for a mid-table side, or maybe he was good for what's it called, cup games. But as a Premier League, I don't think he would be good for us. That's why David De Gea will always been that score for me personally. If he's having a bad season, he's always going to be our number one goalie until he's old and we need a new goalie. Simple.
Yeah. Mason, that's a record. I think your speech was about 6 minutes long.
Really? Bloody hell.
Impressive. Alright, I'll get one. That was just a speech itself. I'll give you a question. I'll propose you a question.
Yeah.
Do you think the results lately have been in spite of Ollie or despite? Basically meaning, is it because of Ollie or is it not Ollie's fault for the results?
50-50. Subs, I think the choices have been poor. But I also think it's the players too. I'm going to be honest, I think it's the whole team that's not playing well. I think I like Rashford, but I think Rashford's been hot and cold. Martial's been poor. Bruno's starting to play well. Bruno's the one who's just getting off the if we didn't have Bruno, we would have lost that West Brom game by far, or De Gea. Cavani's not getting...
One sec, stream. My Discord keeps cutting out, so stream, give me 2 seconds. This should load now. One sec, something wrong with this line. Sorry about that. Sorry about that, Mason.
Yeah.
Right. I'll probably go and wrap it up there.
Yeah.
Right, lads. Hopefully you enjoyed. We'll have more to come. Probably make a preview for the match tomorrow, a proper one. That was just kind of small calling. Just reviewing the opposition, all that. Hopefully you enjoyed, and see ya.